allowing us to do it, but we're allowing ourselves to do it too.
Yeah,
That's what makes us all
we're
one.
participating in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By saying we're one, it's so clear, but yet so undefined.
Yeah.
You know, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It really is.
I hear it.
When you connect to it, it's fucking awesome, dude.
Hell yeah,
and
dude.
I don't know, I'm not saying I haven't meditated in a while, man. I've just been reading. I've been learning in that
Yeah,
ever since my
there's like tides of that. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it just fuck, man. It's
I haven't in like a week or two done anything. Tried to just been learning.
Yeah.
I hear it, dude.
I've been trying to check the auras and shit, man. Fucking.
Yeah.
I don't know. I tried to you can even see your own aura by focusing on a focal point, and you relax your eyes, so it's almost a slit. By how our human eye is set up, it's set up as a circle, but when we slit our eye, how it's set, it will almost have like a oval type of shape.
Yeah, I hear it.
And that will allow us to see an aura, you know, even if someone's standing in a white backdrop, but you can see it with your own hand. And when you focus long enough, it may take time, you know, irrelevant, but it may take time. And I noticed that I didn't give it enough time, but I noticed a yellow and green, and after I learned that, I started reading in this book about beginning and advanced souls. The beginner souls is completely white.
Yeah.
And the closer you get to source, there's 6 stages. And the 6th stage is closest to a darker purple.
Yeah.
The source is a darker purple, but it's not dark. You shouldn't think of as creation as dark.
I understand what you mean.
But the darkness is a coating.
Yeah.
Is a coating, and underneath
it's a thick purple.
Yeah, underneath the coating of the darkness is a color that we can't describe. It's infallible.
Yeah, I hear it.
We can't describe it.
Yeah.
And
ultra black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
ultraviolet.
Yeah, you could have incarnated as Chris. You could have incarnated anybody in the earth right now.
Yeah.
But you chose this life because before you chose it, you saw it.
Yeah.
You saw exactly what you're going to do. And you looked upon it with your guides, your ascended masters, and you realized, okay, this is what is suitable for my soul, what I've learned through my reincarnations, and what I'm trying to become.
Yeah.
And time is irrelevant in that sense, only when we're physical.
Yeah.
So it's infinite parallels. What I'm believing is infinite parallel worlds that in a different parallel I am you.
Yeah.
And realizing and seeing not that we're making the same decisions.
I understand what you mean.
Yeah, it's the what if scenario.
Yeah.
That if my soul was incarnated into your body, we would not be here right now.
No, yeah.
And if your soul was incarnated in this physical vessel, we would not be
I'm
here.
with you,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So where are we going? You know what I mean? What is happening in this ascension? Why is the population of humanity escalated? Is it that, you know, is so many people stepping on the same bandwagon right now? Or souls like latching on to this realm right now, this physical universe that we see because of if physical bodies can evolve, humans can evolve, why can't the spirit too?
Yeah.
If the spirit's evolving,
no, it's something like we have like half the amount of population is what's been on the earth at this moment in time.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
yeah, here,
8 billion people, but there's only been like 20 billion people who've actually lived on this earth.
On the planet, ever, I hear you.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Well, from our
standpoint
now, according to...
When we can actually, get any kind of accurate, I hear you,
I mean,
not
who
even
knows,
accurate, but even estimate the populations, I hear you.
Yeah. I mean, that's just crazy.
It's fucking huge. I should have brought that book with me, man.
Yeah.
Fuck, you would have fucking loved everything out of that book, dude. I read about 100 pages out of that book, and I realized everything seems to fit with it. The astronomy of our astrology is our, you know, Virgo, Pisces, Aries, whatever. It doesn't matter. But what I'm doing is I'm analyzing things because of, you know, with you two being Pisces. It's more of a dream work. It's more of a meditation of seeing other beyond physical.
Yeah.
While I'm not stuck because I still dream. Yeah. But I'm focusing my learning intention upon physical knowledge, books of what people have documented.
Yeah.
this is what it's taken me. So
What matters.
what you're telling me about what you've noticed in your meditations, man, it's fucking. It's not that you've been. It's not
work,
that we
you know?
never waste time. Everyone's progressing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not. You know, every step is progress, dude.
Yeah.
No matter what step you take, it's
Oh,
fucking.
yeah.
No matter what life you're from.
Anything you know you can learn. Yeah.
Yeah, and we all have these fucking families that we're all like on the other side, not physical, but you know.
I hear you. Yeah.
You know the omniverse, dude, A to Z, fucking
Yeah.
infinite.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we have these families, spirit families that we have, you know. We have these families that are spirit families, and we know what we're trying to do, what our spiritual personalities have. Some want control over others, and some just want to learn quietly.
Yeah, I hear
Advanced
you.
spirits seem to either be in political situations
Yeah.
that are influencing a majority of people, and others just want a solitary life with
Yeah.
few people that they can teach that will enlightenment. Buddha.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know.
It's fucking man. Christ consciousness, dude.
Yeah.
It's coming very fucking soon, dude.
Yeah.
And it's just like if
We're,
it's not the time, dude. It's not the time
Yeah.
that matters. It's the fucking what we learn. We have to fucking
Yeah.
keep pushing ourselves towards that learning.
I
You
hear
know
you.
what I mean?
Yeah.
We're getting so close, man. Time is actually speeding up.
Yeah. We're going through the photon belt or some shit in our galaxy. Like our solar system is becoming more energetic. Like
Yeah, we're supposed to be getting blasted by some fucking crazy energies from the sun as well.
radiations and
Yeah.
shit. Yeah. Because
So-
our sun is getting keyed up with this shit. Like this section of the galaxy we're passing through is energizing our sun even more too.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
That's why there's more coincidences and shit nowadays.
Like there's more like little omens and coincidences and shit. Like I don't know.
Well, and people are speculating that, like, you know, the energies that the sun are getting off of, you know, giving off and
Giving
shooting
off,
towards
yeah.
us, or, you know, they hold information. Like,
Yeah.
There's fucking shit that we can learn from that, you know, whether it's scientific or spiritual or
Yeah.
whatever.
I hear
You
you.
know?
Yeah. Probably both.
Fuck, on another note, how's everyone been? I focus a lot upon the dreams that I've had. Like, the dreams I've been having lately, I don't know if I told you about this. I saw my dog was dead, but it was a different name. But I was talking
Yeah.
to a gorilla. It was weird.
Yeah.
It wasn't, the mouth of the gorilla wasn't talking.
Yeah.
It wasn't moving up and down, but I was communicating with
Yeah.
it.
That's an.
I wasn't
Yeah.
sure what that was.
Did you ever read Ishmael? That's a really strong, like, spirit guide, dude.
No,
The gorilla.
I don't know.
Should read Ishmael and My Ishmael and Story of B.
I've heard of Ishmael.
You would love
Is
Ishmael
that the
and
Hebrew
My
Bible?
Ishmael. No, yeah, the name is from the Hebrew Bible. It's son of Hagar, or son of Abraham and Hagar that went into the desert and actually became the Arabs. Like the Isaac and son of Abraham became the Israelites and stuff, and then Ishmael became the Arabs. But it's just a name. He's a gorilla, like he's a telepathic gorilla, and he talks
I
hella
was
shit. Like,
fucking just like it was
I've
like
heard of it somewhere.
communicating with
dude,
the
you guys would both like love both of those books. Like,
Yeah.
Ishmael and My Ishmael
Yeah.
are the two that are really good. Story of B is more of like a dramatic story than like a
You know of
learning thing.
Enoch?
Like a girl like straight up like sees an ad in a paper, teacher looking for student, just like you were saying, teacher seeking student to save the world. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, fuck, dude. What
so that's where taker and lever cultures come from. Like taker culture, this is a taker culture. Like we take resources and make them into new things. Like the food is locked up. Like things are taken away to gain value. To be given value, a thing has to be taken. You know.
Yeah.
Like the food, when it comes out of the ground, is taken away so that it can have value, like monetary value, like. And then lever cultures like leave everything, all the tools and all the knowledge that they have to down to the next generation, so the next generation can survive. Like
Yeah. I don't know. It's I don't know. From reading this book, it's like it's open. It's made me more. Me personally,
wouldn't-
I hate
yeah.
to talk about self. Honestly, after meeting Chris,
You
after
know?
talking to Chris about self, the most
Yeah.
the most selfless thing we can do is to think of ourselves.
Yeah.
To lead life through our own selfish
Yes,
passion.
I hear you. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I agree.
And Chris opened my eyes to it, and
I agree.
so we have to experience duality. This is like compared to other worlds, because we are just spirit. That's all it is. Like
Yeah.
us communicating right now, having a deeper conversation. People like say, "Oh, I just want a deeper conversation."
Being able to understand the meaning of our words, like
Yeah, exactly. And we want a deeper conversation with each other because we want to connect.
Yeah,
And by connecting with each other, we connect with Source. And we could, if not, we have not been. We could have been in other worlds.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And what I've learned is that the human is like. This is like we're flexible, man. We have like this brain
Yeah.
activity that is like so complex.
I hear
and
you.
it is more welcoming to a spirit, a soul. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's more thankful. The people who created this universe, the souls who did create this universe, advanced, dude.
with
Fucking
it.
advanced.
They're the souls that are trusted to reincarnate as stars and
Yeah.
planets.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we're learning.
Imagine the soul that is trusted to be reincarnated as a star, and to make a solar system.
Yeah.
In birth, a star makes its
Earth-
solar
as
system
Earth-
after
as
birth.
Earth is its own vessel, as its own being.
And as Earth was born, it was given a soul.
Mhm.
Like the Earth soul was given guardianship over all of us, pretty much. Like,
Yeah, it was the soul is not in charge, but it was given the opportunity to.
we all spring
advance.
from Mother Earth, like
Yeah,
all
the
of our
human
dust
body.
was comes and
The
goes right
human
back
did.
to the Earth. It's still stardust. Like
Yeah,
the
the
Earth
human-
has a body,
The
We're
human
made
did.
from it, we return to it.
but we're
yeah,
made
I
from
mean,
the body of the Earth.
Yeah.
Like we're
Well,
also
that's-
made from
yeah.
the body of the Sun, but we're
that's
made
not
from
the
the body of
soul.
the Earth.
The human did.
We have our own soul, yeah. We have our own wind. Like,
Yeah, with this book, it's like getting closer and closer to the question I've been asking for so long, dude. Of how are souls born? Where do they come from?
they were all original in
It's
creation.
what I'm thinking.
Every
it's
soul
the
was-
contraction as source it comes back into itself. It expands, and when it comes to its full ring, more souls
Yeah.
are made.
Yeah,
and
I
then
hear
as we connect closer and closer, it contracts again and more and more. It's endless.
Yes,
well,
I
yeah,
hear
it's
you,
like
yeah.
Infinite.
the sound waves or whatever. It goes up and comes down. Fuck, I was just watching one of the spirit sciences today or whatever.
Yeah.
And they
The
had,
shift of ages.
Yeah, the shift debate, that one, and they had like the sign of the fucking vibrations going up and down and
Yeah.
coming back out and everything. So it's
Yeah.
like, it just expands, comes back down, and then expands even more,
Mhm.
comes back down, expands even more each
Yeah.
time. So who knows?
The shift.
Yeah.
Sound has so much to do with it, dude. Like, I don't know.
Sound
That's
does,
that's a
like,
whole different
vibration
trip for
is
me.
everything. Like
Yeah, and fucking, I was
vibration is
even when I was
everything.
fucking even when we were at your old place, fucking playing. I'm still been fucking around with the piano too, man. You should fucking
Yeah.
hear me on it too.
I haven't been playing in a while,
Fuck,
dude.
dude. You'd hop
Yeah.
back on it and it'd be a whole
Yeah,
different trip
yeah,
too.
I hear you. I
the
feel
more
like getting
knowledge you
back to
accumulate,
it. Yeah,
the
because
more
I already
better
have a
you'll be.
base to start with. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to touch the piano.
You'll be good once you
Come
start.
on.
Well, you'll be even better once you
Yeah.
start back on it.
Yeah,
But
I hear you.
it's even then when you had your piano back to your old place, I was
Yeah.
still asking that. It seems like music it creates physical substance.
Yeah,
In what does God set? What is source? What is it creates a vibration, of course.
yeah,
But there's so many random that we can't even hear. Like that's
I
why
hear you. Our sensing organ can
Yeah.
pick that up. Yeah,
Like
Well,
Like,
it's just like 25 years ago, they figured out how fucking elephants communicate. They communicate through like supersonic fucking sounds that the
yeah,
human ear can't catch.
even hear. Yeah, Yeah,
I
no shit.
was fucking mind blown when I heard
Yeah.
that shit.
shit. So this is, I guess, I'm about to eat.
yeah.
My chicha.
Fuck man. Fuck man. Creating creating like a sound. Like a sound creates physical because of the vibration. It's all vibration. And the sound, and it all starts kind of with the frequency. But what does like a solid object, like it's creating a sound. It's creating. It takes resonance to do it, but without it, it would, it takes two to tangle. But with resonance means to
Good
resound.
point, yeah.
In Greek, it means to resound.
Yeah.
So it takes me, this, to resound, to resonate.
Both things have to make,
Duality through unity.
Yeah.
Or unity through duality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, what is creation?
It's a really fucking great example.
What does
Oh, fuck, dude.
What does
Simple, elegant.
what does source
That's relativity right there, dude.
That's why music
Fuck
is
yeah,
beautiful
dude.
to me. Like,
Yeah.
what
I learned something about music too, like, or sorry, but
no, keep going, man. Well, I'm just
like
asking,
I was
what does
listening to
source
like
sound
songs on the radio that I really didn't like, like I didn't really like want that song to like that vibration to like affect me, So I was like straight up humming like a counter tone so that vibration didn't like resonate with my body like perfectly,
Yeah, yeah.
But then like I was listening to other songs that I liked, like, and I learned not to sing along, like to make no sound at all and to let that vibration like touch all of my molecules and not interfere with it at all and to just listen
it's a different
quietly, don't hum inside, don't follow along with the words, just let the sounds like totally hit your body, like
It's resonant.
let that
reminds me-
vibration like totally
It's the
affect you.
sound.
I just watched this movie the other day that was called like The Other Earth or some shit. Like,
Yeah.
There was like it was like 2003 or something. They fucking filmed this and like another like mirror image of our Earth
Yeah.
was like seen or discovered, and they
Yeah.
could see it off in the distance. And one of the stories that the girl was telling in the movie was like there was an astronaut and he got up into space and there's this ticking sound, just
Yeah.
over and over again, like whatever,
Here, here,
you
go
know.
for it.
And I'm right.
Might as well.
After like 3 or 4 days of hearing this sound, he realized that if he didn't learn to love it or grow to love it, that it would eventually drive him insane, that he would just fucking kill himself.
Yeah.
So he started like either like making beats to it or some shit, and like after a while the sound just disappeared, and he learned to
Yeah.
appreciate and love that sound, even though it was like annoying the hell out of him.
Yeah, I hear it.
So that's-
You remember the fuck, what is it? Poetry. What's the word? It's a poet who makes a piece. What's this? It's a fucking simple word, dude. Piece of literature, whatever you want to call it. Someone who writes a poem. Okay. It's called the guest house. When, no matter if it's a stranger that knocks on your door, you open the door and it's fear,
Yeah.
hate, whatever it is.
Yeah.
The bad side of what you do not want in, you welcome that into your house and let it sit
Yeah.
at your table
Yeah.
and deal cards. Let it eat from your table
Yeah.
so that you can learn to love it, like you were saying.
Let it
Mhm.
pass through.
Let yourself have everything, because you have to have everything in order to
Yeah.
love everything.
Yep. And like you say, it takes two right there. Like, we would not know the light was on, like, if there wasn't a difference between on and off. Like, we would not know that there was a difference between bright and dark.
Yeah.
Like,
the
if we
human,
didn't have
but
eyes
the human,
to see both.
the human
like-
ear can only pick up so many octaves.
But if
though.
we didn't have an ear, we wouldn't be able to hear the difference between octave and no octave. Like,
Mhm.
it doesn't mean it. Okay.
like
When-
we
before-
can't
alright,
see
check
that
this out.
there's a
You just
sound
fucking- yeah,
unless
okay.
there's a silence. Like, we
Okay,
can't hear
so-
a silence unless we could hear a sound. Like,
You know
we
how
cannot.
a
If
lot
there was
of
only
artists,
one
a lot
can't
of
exist
artists,
without the other.
Yeah.
Before they go to sleep, they will get my best inspiration while I'm sleeping before I go
Yeah.
to sleep. Okay, so a tree falls in the forest. Do you hear it?
No, you don't hear it.
But you do hear it. Okay, so
No, it doesn't
we do-
make a sound.
We do, yeah. But
It does
we do
make a
not,
sound.
We don't hear the light right now. We don't hear that light or whatever being.
Yeah. It does
But
make
we-
a sound. When a
but
tree
we
falls
don't
in the
hear it,
woods,
though.
it
With the
does make
human
a
ear-
sound. Nobody hears it.
But with the human ear, we cannot hear everything. But in
Yeah.
a different, if we can learn to hear everything,
Yeah, I hear you.
that
We
is-
can learn to sense without our senses.
Yeah, that just because you don't have an ear doesn't mean it's not there.
Eventually,
it's just
you don't
like-
hear light, but eventually you can.
Yeah.
Like, you could know, even if you were totally blind, you would know if the light was on or off because you'd be sensitive to the energy. You could hear or sense vibrations. You could see the vibrations of sound without like hearing them eventually, you know, because you're not basing on your physical third dimensional,
Yeah.
you know, senses. You're, you know, like in tune with like the energy of everything. Like, yeah, that comes
We
from the
can-
soul.
So the
we
brain
can
is
hear the
extremely
tree
adaptive. I mean,
Yeah,
it's just like the people who are blind, but they can still see everything through like, you know, going like this,
Sonar.
making a sound.
yeah,
And they
Sonar.
can, you know, there's
I hear
people
you.
out there who can be like, oh yeah, that's a stop sign, that's a tree,
Yeah.
that's a house, that's a garbage can, just
Yeah.
from sound. Like,
yeah.
Did you see that shit? That documentary? On
You can do that
mermaids?
too with eyes.
Hmm?
You can do that too with eyes.
Did you see that
See sound?
documentary?
Yeah,
on,
well, not
on
see sound.
mermaids?
No.
Okay, so
oh, I got it.
there's a theory on I don't know what the theory's called, but
It's
you
the
know how-
Dogon's friends.
I don't know, but it was the okay. So when humans were first there,
Yeah.
the spirits who created Earth, when humans, Neanderthals, whatever you want to call them,
Yeah.
we went into the shallows of water in Africa. We stepped away from the lining of tree, of sand, whatever you want to call it, whatever was there, and we started eating from the water shallows, and we started eating fish, which adapted our brain into thinking into more complex thinking,
Yeah.
you know, and there was volcanic, and earthquakes, whatever have you, and half of us went into the water, half of us went back into the trees, and the humans we are now
Yeah.
are the ones that went back into the trees.
Yeah.
They found a body of a humanoid species that its toes were fin-like, but it had 10 looking
Digits. Yeah, I hear ya.
and there was a deep sea creatures who had spears stuck into them with notches
Yeah.
with seaweed
Wrapped around it.
wrapped
Yeah.
around the spear, dude. Deep
Yeah, I
sea
hear ya.
fucking creatures, dude.
Yeah, I
And
hear
there's
ya.
video of there was a in Seattle. There's like 2004. There was a mass beaching of whales and wildlife
hear ya.
on the ocean.
Yeah.
And two kids caught a video of a species that resembled human,
Yeah.
but it was millions of years of adapting to
Yeah, I
water.
hear you. Yeah.
Okay, and
The whole human chain of evolution, but underwater. Yeah.
shifted. It was a split,
I get you. Yeah.
and fuck, dude, it was just like this video was just fucking unbelievable.
Part of that whole thing about the Galactic Federation of Light is that human DNA, like we think of as human beings, does not originate from the Earth, and that our baseline DNA, humanic or whatever, like human DNA,
Humanoid.
is celestial. That almost all of the races around us are humanoid, are human,
Yeah,
like just differently evolved, but we are all basically human, like in bone structure and in chemical like the Orions and like.
humanoid.
Check it out on your phone. Look it up. There's a list of all the races and shit.
Yeah,
like
we've seen it. Yeah.
there's a race that's like frogs. There's a race that's like horses, and then there's like 4 races that are pretty much just like us.
Okay, so alright, yeah, and it just makes so much sense, dude, because fucking orca whales
Yeah,
originated from a wolf. That's why they're always in packs.
Yeah, I
and
hear
it's
ya.
scientifically proven, dude.
yeah, I
Humans,
hear you.
you know what I mean?
I think it's the other way around. I think wolves come from creatures like orca whales, but yeah,
It could come either way.
Yeah, I
but the
hear
point
ya.
is that they're similar.
yeah,
And
absolutely, totally.
fuck, what is it?
That's like
The-
metaforming too. Like
Yeah, but
Shit,
what
I'll talk
what
to you.
tripped me out, dude? Okay, so there was a fuck, what is it? Some theatrical trailers of movies. They have that loud "buh,"
yeah,
and they'll show you some clips of a video. Buh.
yeah, I hear you. I know what you're talking
You
about.
know?
Yeah,
That was they use in the Navy military used a sonar weapon
yeah,
in the
Yeah, I hear
water in the beaching of all these wildlife animals in
Yeah, I
2004
hear
on
you.
the beach of Seattle.
yeah.
All of them had these
It's because it's sosis or whatever.
circular rivets on their bodies,
Yeah,
and all their lungs collapsed because they were beached, of course, but their
Yeah.
ears were bleeding.
yeah, I
and
hear
the-
you.
And these scientists who monitor
It's the
sound
SOSIS
frequency,
net. Or I
they
forget what it stands
monitor-
for, but they have sonar underwater on.
It's NOAA. That's what the foundation's called. But
Yeah, National Oceanographer.
yeah, they
or
listen
Oceanographic
to ocean
and Aeronautic
sonar.
Association.
Like,
yeah.
these species of humanoid creatures they communicate with dolphins,
Yeah, I hear
whales.
ya, yeah.
They coexist.
Yeah, I
In
hear ya.
Brazil, there's
The whales,
there's human,
all
there's
of those-
humans that fish in shallow water that throw nets into the water
Yeah.
because there's dolphins that circle and close the fish in by going
Yeah, I
back
hear
and
ya,
forth,
yeah.
and they push the fish in, and the fishermen throw their nets in, and they even catch the dolphins,
Yeah.
but they let the dolphins go.
Yeah,
and
because they're helping them fish.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
they
hear
throw
ya.
the fish into the dolphins so that the
I
dolphins
hear
get
ya.
their share.
Yeah.
Okay, and
That's how we should collect food from the earth.
yeah,
Yeah.
it coexists. And-
Even meat.
yeah,
Like I'm for
but
a
they
collection
use
of meat
the,
to eat.
the
but-
military used this sonar, and you could hear it in this NOAA.
yeah.
You know, and you hear like this chirping, and it's called the bloop. That's what they call it because they don't know what it is. They counted out all the dolphin and whale noises of sonar,
Yeah.
and it sounded so intricate, so complex, and it was just like,
Yeah, I
you
hear
know,
ya.
we can't mimic it with
Yeah,
it's
I hear
almost
ya.
fucking disgraceful.
It's
to
the
even
difference
try.
between air and water, but yeah.
And they're and you hear and you hear everything
Yeah.
dying, dude. You're actually listening to something die.
Yeah, I hear ya.
it through television, and they don't know what it is, but you're actually
Yeah.
listening to the fucking life dying.
I hear
and
ya.
And that's where everything came onto shore because they didn't want to hear that because
I
it
hear
was,
you. Yeah,
you
it was
know,
driving
and
them out of the water. Yeah.
fucking mermaids, dude.
Yeah, I hear you.
And where did that come from, dude? Like, you know, they came with fucking Little Mermaid things, so they would like, maybe when this did happen,
Yeah.
we was whatever. That's not real. That's just fucking Disney.
Yeah, I
shit.
seen that on
That's
Disney Channel, yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's real, dude.
Yeah.
It's real, and fucking, they want us to think that we're crazy.
Yeah, I hear you. They want other people to think
think
that
that-
people like us are crazy too.
But we're not.
No, we're fucking not.
They're the
Fuck
fucking
no.
crazy ones, and like,
They're
you
not
know,
even crazy. They're
just
stupid.
blind. It's not
It's
stupidity.
not stupid. I'm with that, but they're blind. Like it's
They're
say,
not-
like
The Federation videos say that they're not awake.
what's that?
They're not awake. That's all
Yeah,
it is.
basically they're not. Yeah.
They're not awake yet, and
Well, no.
we're not fully awakened either. But we're
No,
getting
not, but at least we're trying.
we're getting closer.
At least we know we're dreaming.
We have
Yeah.
we're connecting more and more. Creation, man. That's all we're doing. That's what the next dimension is. We're getting closer and closer to connect to creation. We're connecting more and more. Fuck, man. Yeah, a lot more questions, dude. Yeah, a lot more questions, man.
Oh, dude, yeah, that's the number one thing. Yeah, good questions. Number one.
Yeah, that's fucking it, man. It's good to be back, though. Fucking man, it's good to see you again, dude. That's
Fucking
that's,
yeah,
that's
dude.
all I've been. That's
That's a
what
good
I've been
word
learning.
today, dude.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
I like how we fucking
Jump right
walk
back
in,
into it.
fucking
Yeah.
move, sit down, we're right back
Fuck
there.
yeah, dude.
Yeah,
That's how to do.
yep, for sure.
I'm really, dude. I feel hella hope for the. Like, if the Galactic Federation of Light's real, dude, I feel hella hope for us. Like,
Yeah.
Hella hope.
The thing is, dude, it was like when we started the protest, I was in the stage of fuck. I hope it's real, dude. I really want it to be real. Like
Mhm.
I hope it is. If it's not, there's no hope. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I was holding on. You know, and
there's a hope anyway, but yeah.
and it was and when Chris and I started like talking in Raul too, because I realized, oh fuck, he's into the same thing, fifth dimension.
Yeah.
And you were just like, you know, we told you about aliens. It's like, no, they're gonna come down here. They're gonna fucking enslave all of us.
They
And
are.
The thing is that
There
some
are
of-
two races that
yeah,
are
exactly,
trying
and
to.
some of them already did.
The Greys have already tried, like.
Yeah, and we're just like, fuck, man, like.
Dude, if there
I
are
don't-
good
yeah,
aliens,
and
there are
Chris and
bad
I even
aliens.
talked
like,
about it after
it would
we
almost
left
be
your
better
place.
for there to be no aliens, but yeah, they've already tried. Like, the
Yeah.
Greys already tried.
Yeah, but if it's a soul that we all know each other, even the Greys too, we know the soul, not the vessel,
hear you.
not the vessel, but we know the soul.
That polarity is pretty far apart, though. Those conflicts don't just go away, like.
Yeah, but I like to think of it, you know, for me, I like to think that we're all from the same source.
I hear you
The
too.
spirit all
Us, the
goes to-
Greys, the reptilians, everything. Like, I'm
Well,
with that.
There's two sources. I mean,
And there's
the
two sources of
Luciferian-
grace.
the Lucifer experiment or whatever.
Yeah,
Originally
But with
from the
free-
God
with,
source,
With
but
free choice, there comes not duality, but a multiplicity of You know,
But that's the thing, like, I guess I don't mean to say God, but like creation allows the Lucifer principle and the Lucifer effect.
Well, it has to
So
happen
that
for us to learn from.
It's just like light and dark. Like there has to be the Lucifer effect for us to be able to see not even reality, but
that's physical. That's
but to
physical
see creation.
duality.
But I mean, the Lucifer effect could have been in effect in any of the dimensions, in any time where there's any kind of perception or consciousness. That consciousness could initiate like a Lucifer experiment, like totally, like.
Dude,
But that's how we can have
The-
the opposite, where we can see without the Lucifer effect. We can see what actually is. Like there can be truth. Like there can be, like source. We can see true source. Like because there's also part that doesn't see that, and they can switch too. Like honestly, in these set of lives, like in this set of between source, like we could be enlightened, and in the next set of in the next set of incarnations, we can be in the Lucifer experiment, and that's all right too. Like
the soul's already in the soul. I think is already enlightened. But when we come into a physical vessel, we choose this vessel because it's so full of like fear. We're not afraid when we're souls.
yeah, I hear you.
You know what I mean? In connection,
Yes.
we're fully connected. We have the fucking, you know what
Yeah,
I
I
mean?
hear
We're
you.
connected. But when we incarnate, we're just like
We're cut
we-
off from
we-
that side. We're cut off from our behind.
It's like all right.
from our
Think of it
person
as
behind
a
us.
as a 2 gigabyte memory. Okay.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's a little memory card. We plug it into the computer, and the computer is source. We suck in all that information.
Yeah.
Within 2 gigabytes, we bring that into the human, and that's all we have, dude. You know,
I hear
in the
you.
next dimension, the 5th dimension is just more storage of memory. We're
Yeah, I hear
allowing
you.
that much more of ourselves into a physical vessel.
Yeah, I hear you. That is an excellent way of fucking to explain
Yeah,
it. Like
you
that
know?
much more of ourselves into our physical vessel. Like, yeah.
That's what they're saying, that we
Yeah.
have to grow taller too. Like, who's a Metatron was like 150 feet tall.
Yeah.
What kind of fucking world would you have to live in to support that huge of a
supposedly,
being? That'd
he
be
was-
You guys should
crazy,
read
dude.
that.
Like,
You
Supposedly
guys
he
should
was in this world.
totally read. What's that?
Supposedly he was in this world. He's giants.
Yeah, lived in this
Titans.
world. Yeah.
Prometheus.
What is
Not the Titans, not the Titans, but the giants. Like, and they were the first ones to initiate the Lucifer experiment.
Yeah, like the
It
gods.
talks about them in the
gods
Bible,
of
like
Olympus.
Goliath, and the race that Goliath was from are all of the giants that retained their gigantic form,
Yeah.
but lost their consciousness, lost that connection after we
The
fucked
fall.
up in the earth,
Yeah.
after we fucked up with the Merkaba and like eradicated our memories
fall.
and everything after the last phase shift. Like the race of those giants and stuff like that they were the first ones to lose their memory. Like
The fall.
they were the first ones to start being active again after they lost their memory, is what I think.
Yeah.
Like, dude, there's so many tales of giants all over the world. Like, there's a cave here in North America, like, where they found giant bones, and like the native tradition was that they like they fought off giants, and the last one like went into that cave and they lit a giant fire on the outside of that cave and burned them out of there, and they found giant like 15-foot tall people bones like in that cave. Like they're like that's here in
see
North
about,
America. Like that's not
yeah,
even
that's
like the people in like
We've
the
already been
Arab
evolving,
lands.
dude. The humans have already been evolving.
Yes,
Because of the soul, though.
Yeah.
Because of the soul allowing that
I
to
hear
happen.
you. Like
Like, we could only draw in caves at one time, but look at how our art has come
I
since
hear you,
then.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah, I hear you.
You know, we're fucking the art.
We
out
even
today.
chose to evolve hands and feet and faces and
Yeah.
like how
okay,
we
so
were
we
like
have a webbing. We have a webbing in between our
incomplete.
fingers.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah,
That just goes with the mermaid theory.
dude, I'm totally with that. Like I believe that there could be mermaids.
Yeah, and fucking irrelevant, but fuck, man, what was I gonna fucking get into?
Oh, all right. No, I want to tell you about metaforming. You know how we were talking about orca whales and wolves?
Yeah.
Like okay, like I'm reading that book. What is it? Thanks. Breaking the Mind Barrier, right? It's about metaforming and making your mind into a cerebreactor. Like it's all about comparing like brain functions to celestial functions, like the function of the brain to the function of the star, like not in like detailed. Where's the ashtray at? Like in like detailed. Thank you. like not to say, you know, like the coronosphere of the sun is like the meninges of the brain, you know, but like to show how like energy in a star goes from the convection zone in the middle out towards the outside of the star, and then it radiates, and then what's left is brought back in towards the middle to refuse, and then those heavier elements are you know, go, like our brains work the same way. Like core thoughts are brought to the outside and extrapolated and explained, and then action is taken on that, and then that information is returned back to the core of the brain. Like our brains work like our brains work like stars, but they also work like galaxies in a way, because each neuron acts like a star in a way too. Like they have like functions that are similar, you know, like, and it's just about metaforming. It's like taking two things like that are distinct and still being able to see like where they are alike, and seeing how like certain functions of wolves, like how they function in packs, and like how orcas function in packs.
Have you seen how fucking whales hunt too?
I'm with you, dude. I'm all
from
like,
starting how whales hunt too, man. It's fucking crazy, dude. They make bubbles from the bottom of the ocean floor. They make bubbles to bring the fish up, and it attracts it attracts the seagulls, the birds from above, to eat from it, and all the other fucking orcas coming.
You're going in the military?
I'm trying to. I only have to drop another 10 more pounds. Man.
Well, then you're going to learn about flanking. I don't know if you'll go through AIT, but you'll definitely learn about flanking, and you'll learn the muscle memories. Like I'm sure you know what flanks are from like first-person shooting. From first-person shooting games, you know what flanks are?
I already know. I've
dude,
learned.
Wolves.
It's weird, dude. Like,
wolves are the ultimate flankers. Like predators like that are.
Did I tell you about the fucking? I learned what my
and
past
angles,
life was. One of mine was.
Well, you've lived every human life, so.
Yeah, well, the one I remember.
Like that's the thing. Like you don't have a specific trail. What you have of a true remembering of is all of the past genetic memories of all of your fathers. Yeah. All of the males in your genetic line, you can remember their lifetimes. Okay. Like without hesitation, you can remember specific events from their lifetime. But you've lived every human lifetime, as of Chris. Like we have lived each other's lifetimes. Like we have lived and seen that movie. You know, like you know, you say you see your life beforehand. Like we will live every human lifetime. We will live every alien lifetime. I've lived as every living thing that has ever lived. Like. You know,
but
like,
I think of that.
I'm Hitler and every Jew that he ever killed. I'm Jesus and every, you know, like,
I'm with you.
I am you, you are me. Like, I have lived your lifetime, you have lived my lifetime. Like,
but
like
you
can remember all of your male lineage genetic contributors.
I'm with you with that.
Because that is a true, those molecules have passed down and are completely immortal. Your genetic material, like the genes I have in my testicles right now, that genetic material, literally, from when I was an egg and my two genes came together, my first strand of genetic material came together, has literally been passed down forever. Yeah. Like, since human evolution, those molecule chains have been copied and recopied and are exactly the same that a caveman nutted in a cave woman. Like, those molecules have been passed from caveman to you. Those same molecules. They never left your body. Like, they never left your dad's body. They went from your dad's dad through your dad to you. Those same molecules that made that genetic material. That's why, like, that's what I've learned is, like, you will reincarnate, you will live every available lifetime every time. And like you say, time is no obstacle.
Yeah, but I'm thinking that, you know, I'm with you with that, but I'm thinking that there's infinite parallels with that too, because if we can,
it is all infinite parallels in the same.
Because I'm living your life right now.
Yeah. Well, you're living your life right now.
Yeah, but we are making different decisions because we are the one soul in a different vessel.
I hear you.
So we're making different decisions.
Yes, I hear you.
That will
and it's not in this dimension. I will only be Devin.
Exactly.
Like, but in the next dimension. In the next correlative third dimension, like there's an infinite amount
parallel. There will be
there will be different parallel.
My soul in your vessel, your soul in my
vessel.
vessel.
You are me sitting in this chair. You know, like
exactly, and that's what the fifth dimension is. It's the seeing everything from every angle.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So I'm with.
But that, like you say, is in a parallel dimension. Like that is directly correlative to us.
We have to coexist with each other in different parallels with the third dimension.
Yes.
This is why, and it makes sense now that
we experience everything.
In the next dimension, where it's like the fifth dimension, we're fucking like all these parallels have eventually moved up Because
Yes.
is it that every soul has lived every life, and now we're moving into
Has
the
experienced every
now we're
experience
moving, not
available.
up, not sideways, but transferring. You know
We're
what I mean?
tesseracting in, like, I don't know, like, you know how the Tesseract's like an infinite form? Have you seen that thing on the Tesseract?
I've never even heard of it.
It's like an infinite form. Like, it is the same on the inside as it is on the outside, but both are, like, interchangeable. Like, it is constant and it is infinite form. Like, it is totally changeable. It can be changed in any of the 3 planes of the 3 dimensions. But, like, it exists, like, no matter how you manipulate it in the 3rd dimension, it's always its true form. Like that's what makes a 4th dimensional shape. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but like, you're right. We're not ascending. We're not going up. We won't fly into the air. To fly into the air is a 3rd dimensional act.
But that
Like,
was just
if
our,
I
our
levitated
lower
right
selves
now-
trying to understand it.
You know, if I picked up like something off the table with my mind and made it float into the air like that and just did that, that would be an illusion. That's a 3rd dimensional action that has nothing to do with like any kind of ascension, illumination, anything like that. Like, that is a parlor trick.
Have you
like,
checked into DMT yet?
Not yet. I want to try some though. I want to do some.
Dude, we all gotta fucking. The 3 of us, dude,
Yeah.
we gotta fucking set that shit
Yeah,
up.
I'm down. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Fuck
Let's
yeah,
do
dude.
it. Let's do it.
Do you
I
have
heard it's
any-
only it seems like it lasts for hours, but it only lasts for like 10 or 15
It
minutes.
depends
Yeah.
if it's an ayahuasca or not.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, it depends on how you take it. If you smoke it, it's like 10-15 minutes. If you
Yeah.
drink
But
it in a
the
tea, it can
time's
be like
irrelevant when you're tripping.
15 fucking hours,
Yeah.
24
But
hour
there's these,
trip.
there's these
Yeah.
people we meet, our guides. Okay, so it's like we're looking into the 5th dimension.
That was
the
another
higher
thing.
dimension. Okay, so
No,
in the thought realm, dude. Okay, thought realm.
I'm with you.
We're picturing our what we can create, our complete our soul in a manifestation of what I can create in our palm or whatever. And we're making all these fucking Metatron's cube. Whatever Metatron's cube
I
is
hear
just what
ya.
we can resemble
Yeah, I hear
into
ya.
it, but we all have our own cube.
Yeah, I hear
Devin's
you.
cube, you know what I mean?
Yes, I understand. I'm
And we're
with you
making
there,
that
yeah.
into and and it's fucking. That's what DMT is. We're making it, dude. We're making it's a soul and
It's like an amplifier. It helps us turn the volume up.
it's connection to creation.
Yeah,
That's what DMT is, man.
yeah. That's what all drugs are.
We're trying to connect. That's why people get stuck into a rut. Like, oh fuck, I ain't gonna fucking.
And that's
quit
why
smoking meth. I ain't
using
gonna quit doing any of
drugs
this
is
shit.
like such the needle's edge between the knife's edge between Lucifer and Source. Like that's why that's
It's
why
not-
it's so easy to
It's
go
not
both
opposites.
ways with drugs.
It's,
like
it's light. And
you
dark
could
in
see
between.
Source while living the Lucifer experiment with drugs. You know, like
And yeah.
yeah. You could
Yeah.
commit the Lucifer experiment while living in Source. You know, on drugs. Like that's the thing with drugs. Like it just turns the volume up.
Yeah. Fuck, man. We gotta try it, dude. I have no idea where to fucking.
Yeah,
It's
and
in
I-
everything.
I
though,
I
dude.
read something about we were talking about argon, how argon is permanent. Was that you guys? It might have been Max. Something about how like the argon that we breathe in our air is the same argon
Oh.
that somebody else breathed. And
Yeah,
that it
I've heard
contains-
exactly. Like, it
Like,
contains information.
I learned something like except for the oxygen is the only gas that we need to breathe from the gas that we have as air. Like the only thing I'm actually really converting is the oxygen in that air, and that we don't have to breathe air. Like that is not the only gas that our lungs can breathe at all. Like they did conclusive tests with chicks, and they can totally remove all the keep the oxygen content the same of the gas that we breathe. They can replace that with like 3 or 4 of the noble gases and like a couple of the lighter gases, and it does not bother our bodies at all. Like especially argon. Like I guess argon is like if we breathed argon and oxygen, we would be like we would not
No difference.
no, it would be super beneficial to our bodies. Like it would be unbelievably beneficial to like energy like in our bodies. Like I don't know.
Yeah, because I've heard that like the argon retains information
Yeah,
from previous ancestors who have breathed it in.
breathed it in and
Yeah.
expelled it. Yeah,
Yeah.
because atoms remember everything.
Mhm.
An atom knows everything. Well, it's not that it knows, but what happened to an atom has happened to an atom. It's like irreversible. Like something happens to an atom, it doesn't remember, but that always happened. Like
Yeah.
the atom doesn't know, but it's like it's not conscious of that it fell off this bus and did that or did
Yeah.
that, but those things happen to it, and that knowledge is always there, like in the atom. Like encoded in the field of the atoms. Like,
Do you think science, like biology and fucking that, like science in general, is trying to like understand the physical? Like,
yes,
it's trying to understand the physical.
our science is starting to break out and realize that there's
That there's
more
a
to
spirit.
understand
Yeah.
than just the
Molecule.
physical. Yeah.
Yeah, the DMT is the pineal gland. The
Yeah,
third
pineal
eye.
gland. Our pineal
Yeah,
gland is
pineal
what
gland,
makes
yeah.
it for us in our
Yeah.
body. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like we understand the physical.
You'll get high on DMT
And,
when you go to sleep tonight. Like,
Yeah, and it's in most mammals.
It's in all living things anywhere.
It's in all
It's in-
plants, but it's
Yeah.
not in everything. It's in all plants and most mammals. So the human,
Yeah.
is that why souls incarnated? We incarnated into a human body is because it's the most evolved of physical creatures.
Our souls
And it has
evolved
and
our
it has
bodies.
the pineal gland too. So is that why we do it? Because we can.
I think that
we can
all
connect more to creation.
all animals that have an actual brain and not just like a central nervous system, like a lot of animals don't really have a brain at all. They just have a central nervous system, you know. I would think any
yeah.
glandular
Yeah.
brain would contain a gland similar to the pineal gland.
But do you think the soul incarnated into the human body because of its
I
evolution
think that
and its
that
pineal
before there were human bodies to incorporate, basically like before there was even a human race on this planet, like our lesser souls, like our lesser biological brain evolved our bodies. Like as monkeys started using their hands and needing their hands for more things, like our hands evolved better because like
Yeah,
30
but this-
generations of monkeys sat around wishing that their fingernails weren't so long or that
I don't
their
think they
their
even
fingers.
wished. They didn't
It's
even
not that they
know.
wish, but it's like when they went to grasp something, they couldn't quite grasp it, and they tried to grasp it
Intention.
more than their physical body could grasp it. Like this is even really good for the mind if we can metaform this right together with the mind. Like as the monkey like picked up the stick, like the opposable thumb. Like before we had opposable thumbs, the thumb went, tried to hold that in a certain way, and the monkey learned to hold and do whatever with it before it had true opposable thumbs.
But
you
what
know?
is the human?
But
trying
as
to
it
do, though?
tried over generations and generations, the thumb changed to
But what is the
eventually
hu-
grasp
the monkey
what
tried to
became
do
the
it.
spear.
But what is the human trying to do?
I mean, there's the
As
theory
the-
that
We're
our
trying to
DNA
instead
has
of hands
been-
and fingers.
combined with another, extraterrestrial DNA. I mean,
Yeah.
it's possible that our DNA isn't even from this planet. I mean,
Yeah.
a certain amount of it is,
Yeah.
but
See, I believe
But
that
the people, the souls who created the universe, though, you know what I mean. The souls who created is their plan.
yeah.
We don't see it now because we're fucking 2 gigabyte.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're
See, I don't
locked
see it
into
as a plan either. Like all of creation, like down to atomic level, is all about like
It's
energy
free-
expressing
it's
itself.
free-
So in
it's
like
free
whatever
choice
form,
with the
energy
divine.
will always
It's-
express. Like,
It's destiny with free choice.
yeah.
It's duality, but it's you know what I mean. It's unity through duality. It's free choice with destiny.
I hear
there's a
you. Like
plan.
everything is returning, like always, like either
Contracting.
returning to
It's-
source or
it's-
expanding, like
It's
contracting
symbolic.
or
That's what it's a.
it's
just
vibrating,
like you were
like,
saying with the
contracting
with
or
how
expanding
there's
is
there's
vibration.
sun,
Like,
and you know what I mean. There's a sun here. There's a sun
Yeah.
there. It's all it's all symbolic. It's all a metaphor
Yeah, I hear
to
you.
the. to
that's
the divine plan.
imaginary. Like I don't mean to say that ain't real. Like
No,
like imaginary is real. That's what it like Farron was really the one like pretty much explained it like we're taught our whole lives to like think that like anything we imagine is just that, like it's fake, like it's just our imagination, like when you play a game with like you have imaginary friends or something like that, you play an imaginary game or you imagine something like
you're creating.
yes, like you are making it real. You are making the image of it. You are imagizing it. You are making it real to yourself. Like I don't know how to explain it. Even like we're always taught that that's fake, But what we're really doing is making something real to ourselves. Like you're making something real. Like I don't know how to explain it really. Like
They say DMT is infallible. And what's the word?
unfathomable.
Infathomable. Yeah, words cannot describe
yeah,
what we will see on a DMT trip.
yeah.
But it's like it's the
It's not even
realistic
what you will
possible.
see.
If
Yeah.
we want to do it, I mean, I know where to get all the pieces that we need to make the tea, but I don't know how to make the fucking crystals if you can smoke. I know how to make the tea.
If you can, yeah, I imagine if you can make the tea, you can find out how to make the crystal.
Because all the pieces of
'Cause
the
the
tea
tea
are,
is such
are
a-
legal to buy, but
Mhm.
combining it and brewing the tea is illegal.
Oh, yeah.
So that's how you get around it.
What do you buy?
You buy ayahuasca. There's some ayahuasca bark.
You have to
There's
find the
couple
MAOI. You have to, there's a
Mhm.
with the ayahuasca trip. There you have to have the MAOI, that is the female energy of a plant and the male energy of a plant. That
Yeah, it's a combination of
It's a
like
combination of
roots and
two
bark and
duality.
a couple other things.
and that's what unlocks your pineal gland. You know, and it's like the two eyes that we have can they even crisscross too. I mean, like, you know what I mean. The left side of the brain's looking through the right eye.
Yeah.
And the third eye is the convergence of the both. It's the duality. The two eyes are the duality, and seeing it as unity is through the third eye. You know what I mean? Is that right? Does that sound okay?
It's really good, yeah.
I think that's what DMT should be. Like, what not should be, but what we should experience.
Mhm.
We're ready, dude. Fuck, man. I've been saying for a while that I want to try it, but now I need to try it. We need to try it.
I really would like to, yeah.
They're saying that the spirit molecule.
I'm not down for no 15-hour trip, but I'm gonna smoke it.
Yeah, I want to smoke it.
Yeah, if we're gonna go for a 15-hour trip, we're gonna need to go camping or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, time is irrelevant, but anyone can fucking knock on your door. Time to them is not relevant. You know what I mean? You know, yeah. So a 15-hour trip would fucking seem like years, but
See, time's only the perception of space, though.
yeah. Oh fuck, the trip
Like,
I was
there
on
really
earlier,
isn't time.
The trip I was on earlier. Okay, so omniverse, multiverse.
Yeah.
The space in between the universes. What is that space in between?
The
Like,
veil, yeah. What is the veil?
yeah, is that what Merkaba? Is that what breaks into different universes? Is that like
I would say that with the Merkaba, you'd be able to, go through those.
yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
No
I'm
worries,
sorry.
dude. No worries.
Yeah, is that what that is, man? Fuck.
What's always tripped me out is is time even real? Like, time's a man-made thing. We only
Time-
perceive it through
The word
the
time
sun
and what we think of when we say
the
time,
rotation
like
of the
what
planet.
time it is, like it is 10 o'clock, it is 9 o'clock, totally fake, yeah. But like it takes a measurable amount of
time for
movement,
deterioration.
speed,
and everything.
speed, duration, all of that to measure like the Earth's orbit. The Earth and all the molecules of the Earth do not occupy the same space at all the times. They're in motion, and that takes a perceived amount of time or duration. Like you say, like time on Earth is all based off the sun, like you say. It's the orbit of the Earth, So the Earth is here. Like it doesn't teleport from here to here to here to here to here. It moves through that space, and that's time. Like time is the space. This is time.
So the
Yeah,
universe.
time
this
is
is-
everywhere.
the
It's not a
universe
linear
is-
thing.
Yeah, no,
universe,
it's not.
The omniverse is symbolic to time, then, being that we're moving through time
Yeah,
as you would move
do,
through
yeah.
space. Not space, but you would move.
that's
through
what it is.
One
It
universe
takes
to
time
another.
for like it takes a certain amount of time for those ashes to move through all this space. Like even here in an atmosphere, it's because they have to move. All the molecules have to move each other out of the way. It's that
Yeah.
ash, which is has its own bonds, and the air, which has its own bonds. Like the air and the ash molecules don't occupy the same space. They have to move each other out of the way. So it's almost like falling through water. Like everything's moving around it as it's falling, but they're not. They're only occupying like the same. Like they don't. It doesn't occupy the same position.
So you know that humans live in the past?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're
Like we
naturally-
perceive 5 milliseconds.
Yeah,
like
our brain conductivity rate. Yeah.
5 milliseconds slow.
Yeah.
So we're living 5 milliseconds in the past all the time.
Yeah, your perception is of the past always. Yeah, I'm with that. Because your nerves are not a perfect conductor. We're not made of fiber optics. Like we are made of light. Like souls and everything are made of light. And that's why like Hatton was saying something about how like in the fourth dimension, like everything, they don't have time like we think of it. Is like everything that happens is always in the now. Like it's like that's the only way I can explain it. Like there's no time. There's a past and a future, but there's no time. Like everything that happens is always in the now. Like
In the book
And,
I'm
like-
reading right now, that when our souls choose to incarnate in a certain body, we look upon what's going to happen with how people interact with us, who our parents are.
I agree with
everything
you,
that
yeah.
happens, we choose it, and we go with it. You know, we're aware of it, and even now we're aware of it. You know, big meaningful conversations like it. You know, at least for me, the people that I remember the most are the people that are
the deepest,
offered
have the most to
offered
remember.
the most
Yeah.
to us. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's how.
I gotta get going.
Do you?